Okay, so in this short video, I'm going to talk about the emotional abuse as you've seen on the screen. See, emotional abuse is very concerning, and people usually ignores, and it is not generally talked, like it is not highlighted. And since it's a very serious issue, because it can lead to losing someone's life, either your loved ones, your friends, or your family members. And you might be suffering from this, you are a victim of this, or you might be causing this emotional abuse to someone, somebody you know, either your friend or your loved ones. So this is very important issue, and this should be highlighted, which most people are not aware what is emotional abuse. So this is very serious, because this can save life or it can improve you. It can at least give you a relief, because I would tell some of the tips how to deal with emotional abuse and what is actually emotional abuse, and why does how does it feel to be the victim of this emotional abuse. So let us start. See, emotional abuse is a very serious issue, and the victim who is suffering from this emotional abuse, he or she feels like someone is stabbing. The pain that you get by getting stabbed by someone is the same exact pain you get in your mind when you are suffering from emotional abuse. It's like someone is stabbing in your brain. The person who is suffering from emotional abuse, he or she gets in a traumatic condition where he or she gets stuck with a question that what has caused me to be ignored by someone. So emotional abuse, it consists of two persons. You can be the victim, and when you are the victim, it has been caused by some other individual. Some other person has caused you the emotional abuse. So the one who has caused you emotional abuse, he or she has either made some behavioral changes, like you have been very close to that person. It can be your friend, your loved ones, or your family members, or someone you know. So when he or she suddenly gets off from communicating with you, like he or she starts ignoring you, or he or she gets some kind of behavior that has caused led to your cause to ask yourself what is wrong with me. But actually the thing is, you are not wrong here, but the one who has caused you the emotional abuse, he or she, her perspective, her mindset has caused you. So it is very important to know that when you are suffering from emotional abuse, when you are the victim, you are not the wrong here. So when the person ignores you, you feel like there is some wrong with my existence. I'm wrong in some what. And when you try to know what's the reason why you are ignoring me, and when the person doesn't let you know about it, he or she like totally cuts off. There's a cautiousness it erupts in your mind, like you want to know more, you want to know about it. The question arises, what is wrong with me, what is wrong with me? And when you are stuck in here, it feels like you are stuck in a prison, under a cell where you can't move, and it then leads you to physical changes, like you lack your self-esteem, you lack your self-confidence, you don't feel like doing or working, you become lazy, you become really dull, and this really creates a PTSD, the post-traumatic condition. So this is very important that we should be dealing with it. Now, emotional abuse has some of the common signs how to know that you are suffering from emotional abuse. The first common sign is that you'd feel inferior and worthless. The victim would feel like he or she is totally worthless. Gaslighting would be there, like someone would manipulate on doubting yourself about your sanity. You'd feel like I'm insane, but actually you are not. There would be control and domination, like someone would dictate on how you should live, but actually it's not something is wrong with your way of living, but actually the person who is suffering from emotional abuse have such thoughts. you'd be isolated from your family, friends, and from your support systems, because you'd be confused what to share with your family and friends. There would be blame shifting, like holding the victim responsible for the abuser's actions. You would feel like you are the victim, you are the wrong here, but actually you are not. The total problem that has caused is with the person who has caused you the emotional abuse. You are the victim of this and you are totally right in your way, but the mindset and the perspective of the other person has caused you to believe in that you are the wrong here. So there would be emotional withholding. There would be refuse to communicate, to give affection, and to validate your emotions. Like you would just get some new emotions, like not trusting your friends, not trusting your family members, and there would be totally refusement to communication with other peoples who are not actually the emotional abusers. The person who has exactly abused you, the real emotional abuser, would get off from your life. But the impact that has caused to your brain, the pain that you have beared, it would be transferred to some other people who are not emotional abusers. Are you getting my point? When you are the victim, you are suffering this traumatic condition. It would obviously change your mental state. And in that mental state, you would give that pain, you transfer your pain, what you are feeling, to somebody who is normal. Like the person is normal, who isn't the wrong person, who has caused you to feel like this, but you would cause the pain to him or her. So that is one of the most uh, important effect that is happening when someone is suffering from emotional abuse. There would be threats and fears coming into your mind. So it is very important that if you are feeling some of the signs are matching, then you are suffering from emotional abuse. It also causes PTSD. Your self-esteem would be low. You would be difficulty in trusting other people after this traumatic condition. There would be physical health issues, obviously. There would be stress related illness, high BP, insomnia, and sleep disturbances. Also chronic pain would be there. Now there would be some steps that we can follow how to address with this. You have to recognize the behavior. That is, you have to keep in mind first that you are the right person, you are not at fault, the other person is at fault, who has caused to bear the pain, the suffering that you are having is because of the other person's fault. You have to seek support for your trusted friends, to your trusted friends, family members, and even professional counselors, because this is very serious issue. It can lead to losing your life or the life of someone you know. So it is recommended that you should seek support to your trusted friends and family members if you are suffering from emotional abuse. You should set boundaries, communicate with your limits, and assert the right to be treated. You have to bring a boundary and set your limits, that there should be right, that you must be respected at any cost. The self-respect must be there. Your self-respect comes at first. Your dignity for yourself comes at first, no matter what, who or whoever she is. Keep a record of abusive behaviors. If you see that there are some behavioral changes, like with your friends or with your family, then it is recommended that you should seek help from professionals. You should apply the exit strategy. See if somebody is causing you the pain, the suffering that you're having. If you want to give a lesson to the person, or to make them feel how it has caused you, how it feels, the pain, then you have to follow the exit strategy. That is, you have to show them the exact same way on how they have shown you. It means you have to make them feel the way. You have to just exit, just cut off from every social networking site, just block them, just unfollow them from all the social media sites, and just exit from their life. You have to ignore them. When you do that, they would come to the point that they have actually caused you an emotional abuse. If you try to ignore them, they would recognize it. Unless and until you don't exit from their life, they would not get the taste. So it might be hard for you to exit from your loved ones, someone you love so much, or your close friends has caused you that. But to make them feel, to make them realize it's about your pain, it's about your traumatic condition that you're facing or suffering. So exit strategy is the only way how we can make them feel. And by all these things, I guess you have got to know what is emotional abuse, what is the pain that you have to go through when you are suffering or victim of emotional abuse. What are the common signs that you are suffering from emotional abuse? What are the effects of emotional abuse, short term and long term? And also, what are the steps that you can take when you are suffering from emotional abuse? So this is very serious. If you see someone you know from your family, friends, or your loved ones suffering from this, you should recommend her or him to seek professionals for help, because this is very serious and nobody talks about it. If you are victim yourself, then follow the steps that have been mentioned. Just exit, just set your boundary, just recognize, just seek help, talk to your trusted friends or your family members, because this can avoid from taking your life or somebody who you know. And emotional abuse is a bad thing. We should avoid giving that emotional abuse. We should be open to someone if they feel like they are getting emotional abuse from you. And also, if you are suffering from emotional abuse, we shall totally get to deal with it very soon, or else this might lead us to take some steps that we never recommend. So I guess this video is very helpful. You might be, I know you are suffering from this, or you know someone who is suffering from this, then this video is really helpful, I guess. And thank you for watching till now, and please avoid the emotional abuse and also help others or someone who is suffering from this. Thank you.